Hi, this is Kayla Moline with Primary Wellness, and on today's show we have the amazing Clint Pulver. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We are going to talk about how to be an anomaly. We are going to talk about healthy food treats that my mom used to make. They weren't so healthy when she made them, and then I put a healthy spin on it, and we're going to have so much fun today. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Of course. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me.
This is the first time I have met Clint. It's been very exciting. I was a little bit nervous, but that's okay. Clint is a famous speaker. He's a youth speaker, and he also does corporate speaking as well. But one of the reasons that I asked you to come is because I absolutely love what you have done for the youth.
Thank you.
It just reminds me of when I was a youth many years ago. No, and I would go to camps and I'd like go to school and the speakers would come to the junior high and high school, and I just loved it so much. And the way you speak is exactly like what I remember, like those few speakers that really hit it on the mark. So
well,
I
that
really
means a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, same thing for me when I was younger, like listening to some of those legends that came to the schools, and when you listen to their talks on tape, and
Yep.
they totally made a difference in my life. So that's cool. That you have
Your
the
youth
same
don't know what a
experience.
tape is, though.
Yeah, it was this old little thing of plastic, and it had like film, and
Let's tell them what a tape is.
and played things. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was. And if it came unwound, you could like wind it back up with the
And
screwdriver
then you'd spend
or
an hour trying to fix it.
you
and
could
then-
use your finger if your finger was the right size.
Yep.
Or a butter knife. I would do that sometimes.
Yeah, the frustration. Like, the kids don't even know
And
what that was like.
I know. But it was amazing because you didn't have to pay for like iTunes or anything.
That's
'Cause
true.
when
There
you
was no
had a
monthly
tape,
subscription.
when you had a tape you didn't like anymore, like when Sheena Easton went out of style and I wanted other things,
Yep.
I could
Yep.
put other pieces of tape on it and then record the radio.
There you go. Totally. Or you could sell it at the local garage sale. It was perfect.
You
Yeah.
can't even record the radio anymore. You
Nope.
have to pay for
Nope.
songs.
Absolutely.
We had free music.
Yep.
It wasn't as bad
There's
as
pros
you might
and cons.
think.
Pros and
I know.
cons. Yeah.
It's so true. But I wanted to play Clint's speaker video for you just as a quick intro about what he is all about. So go ahead and take a look at that.
To live is the rarest thing in the world. For most people, merely exist, and that is all. You know, being on stage is an incredible experience. The privilege of the platform and to have the opportunity to connect with the youth, to have an opportunity to connect with people, and to hopefully influence them to allow them to go and change their own lives.
From the moment that Clint walked out on stage, he had those kids in his hands, and they were with him the whole time.
If there was no camera rolling or anything like that, I'd be telling you, man, Clint is worth his weight in gold.
This was really amazing and I will never forget it.
As a professional speaker, I don't change anybody's life. The people change their own lives. But if I can have that opportunity to influence them and motivate them to go and do something that's going to better themselves, then yeah, man, that's the best thing I could ever ask for.
It's about what you do for other people. It's about how you care for other people. There's a difference between a successful student leader and a significant student leader.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
That's cool. Okay, now you can see why you want to be here on this show today, because he is phenomenal and truly amazing. The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to play a game.
Ooh,
okay?
Cool. Awesome.
It's Mother's Day this Sunday. Do you have your gift for your mom?
Yep.
Good job.
Yep, we are set, ready to rock and roll.
Do you have a gift for your wife?
No, because I mean we don't have kids yet, right? She's not. But here's the thing.
Okay.
But she's probably watching this, so I can't like tell you totally like
Don't
what
tell
we're
her
doing.
what it is, but
we
as
got a
long
little
as there's
something that's
planned.
gonna happen. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Because she will be the mother of your
Exactly.
children. So
Yep.
she's always.
Yep.
I love it. You're doing it right.
Don't worry,
For
honey.
all of you
we got
other,
you taken care of.
yeah,
It's all good.
all you
It's
other
all
dads out there who don't have kids, don't use that as an excuse to not get your wife a gift.
good. There you go. It's true. It is true.
It is so true. Okay, so because it's Mother's Day, we're going to play a fun game. And we have, can you see that video on there? Okay. I have also when to stop the video. Do you see those cues? No. We switched producers, and so now we need to make sure that this new producer sees when to pause the video.
Great.
So I've got a section on there that shows pause times. And if it doesn't get paused, then you'll just have the answer.
Okay, great. They'll be entertaining videos
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah, I've got...
What's my second mark?
If you go to Trello, on 1 to 10.
Yeah. Okay, so while they are getting that going on, tell me about your relationship with your mom, since we're going to play a mom show. I bet she was influential in your life.
Massively. My mother is everything to me. She is probably one of my closest friends. My mom has been someone who's always stood by me, counseled me, guided me. She is everything that a mother should be when you think of the definition of a mother and what that entails. That's awesome. That's my mom. Yeah.
That's cool. I love it.
Okay, Trello's up.
Moms are important. Okay, so it looks like we're on.
Great.
Okay, so what we're going to do, they're going to play a little clip of these funny moms, and I'm going to give you some options and tell me what you think it is.
Okay.
Those of you who are playing at home, you can put the answer down below of what you think is going to happen, so you can have fun and play along with us, okay? So play that first few seconds, and you just watch it.
All right, Ann, go ahead.
There.
Just
Okay.
open it.
So, pause. They're not pausing. So, we're going to pretend like he paused it.
Okay, great. Perfect. I didn't see anything.
I know.
I have
Okay.
bad vision to begin with, Kayla, so it's
Now
great.
the director's
So-
now will show the real.
I know
Okay, good.
that. Okay. So, those of you watching at home, these are just funny, so I'm going to read them anyway. A cat comes out of nowhere and jumps on top of the box and freaks the mom out.
Okay.
B, the daughter comes from out of town and jumps out of the box and the mom screams in excitement. Or C, the woman taking pictures in the background sneezes, falls into the mom, and they both fall onto the box and smash the gift that's inside.
Number 3 would be absolutely hilarious.
I
Would be
know.
so funny.
But-
I bet it's number 2.
What? How did you know?
Oh, yeah, it's one of those things, huh?
You are a genius. Okay,
open it.
now we're going to do it again. Ah, there she is.
Reaction.
I know. Okay, now pause. Okay. What is going to happen to this mom? She's riding the horse. A, the brother pushes the mom over.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I'm going on the wrong one. A, that's a lie. I went to the next one. Okay, A, the spring on the horse breaks and the mom falls off.
Okay.
B, the dad jumps and scares the mom and then she falls off the horse. Or C, the child jumps, tackles the mom because he wants a turn and they both tip over on the horse. So any scenario, the mom is off of that horse. But which
I'm
one
gonna
is it?
go with A.
With A,
Yeah,
the spring breaks.
Spring breaks and mom tumbles.
Did you have one of those horses growing up?
I did have one of
I
those
did
horses.
too.
Absolutely.
I think we
I don't
all
think you
did.
can have a childhood without having one of
I
those horses.
agree. I agree. Okay, let's see if he's right.
Oh!
Okay, here's the next one. He's trying to give her mom a ride.
You're pulling
Okay, right there. So what happens? A, the brother who's off to the side. Can you see the brother down there? He pushes the mom and sister over.
Okay.
Because that's what brothers do. B, just kidding. The sister falls forward and they both face plant. Or C, the mom falls backwards and hits her head on the wall.
I'm gonna go with B. They both fall
B,
forward.
they both fall forward.
It's like
Okay.
there could be some, someone could be a little top heavy here.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Oh, shoot.
You were close. Okay. This boy is going to sit by his mom. A, does he slip, swing around the log, like his legs go together on the bottom, swing around and fall down? That's the boy.
Okay.
B, the log breaks and mom falls on the ground and the boy's just fine. Or C, a dog runs up and jumps on the boy and knocks him over.
I really want to see a dog run up and
I want to see this dog so
yeah, let's
bad.
go with that. Let's
The
go with
dog?
that, yeah.
Are you going to be disappointed if it
Maybe.
doesn't happen?
I might be a little disappointed.
If not, we'll get a dog from out there to come in here and
Okay, great.
ruin this
Perfect.
show.
We have a dog on set. Perfect.
Okay, let's see what happens. We have a dog on set at all times. Oh, the mom fell. Okay. This one, I'm sure you'll get.
Okay.
A, is the mom hiding under the cabinet? Does she jump out and scare her daughter? B, the daughter and son are pranking the mom so that she gets sprayed with water when she turns on the faucet. Or C, mom jumps in front of the window and scares the daughter.
Dang, all would be epic to see.
I know. And you can like see him in your mind before it happens.
It looks like she's already got the little hose.
Yes.
So I don't think I'm gonna
But
say.
is she in the cabinet fooling them while they're trying to fool her?
I think someone's gonna appear in the window.
Okay.
Someone's gonna appear in the window.
That was a curveball. I did
Yeah.
not expect
Yeah,
that.
let's go. Let's do
Okay.
that one.
We should have a prize if you win.
Yes.
So far, you
A
have
cookie,
it.
please.
Yeah, I'll give you cookies.
Here we go.
Win or
Spray
lose.
in.
Okay.
See what happens.
No mom coming out of the cupboard yet.
Oh, she tied the. I thought that was the mom that was already
I know,
in there.
she looked
Okay.
kind of like the mom. Okay, but before we move on to this next one, I do that to myself all the time because it gets stuck. And I just did it today.
Did
Sprayed
you?
myself.
There you go.
It's the worst.
It's a nice
And
little
my
wake-up
kids
call.
thought it would be funny to do that to me. It wasn't.
I actually did that to my parents too when I was little. So
I did
it's,
too. That's what you get. Okay, this girl is in the ocean with her mom. Okay.
Okay.
So many things that could happen. This video, kids, was a VHS at one point because you can see.
Yep, I can see the VHS-ness
Yes,
in it.
yes, all those little.
For all the kids watching VHS,
Yep.
it was an older, bigger cassette tape.
Yeah, and I
we
bet
would
while
play
you're
videos on
watching
them.
it, it says.
Yep.
When you push play, I
Yeah.
bet it makes that noise.
Yeah, probably.
Because anytime you see those waves, you hear the little.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a large wave comes up and makes the daughter do a front flip over the top of the mat and into the water. B, mom loses her footing, falls on the daughter, and makes them both go under. And C, a frisbee comes out of nowhere and hits the mom in the head.
I'm gonna go with the wave. That looks like a pretty
wave?
decent-sized wave.
Okay. So daughter
power
goes up
in the back.
over top and does a front flip.
Boom! There it is.
Oh, I love it. I had that happen when we went on the tube behind a boat, like tubing with my kids.
Those waves are powerful.
They are. It's a good thing I didn't take my baby because they're like, oh, we'll go slow. Just take the baby with you. And I said no. And I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, right?
Because the other kids, I had to like save their lives.
You were a lifeguard.
I was a lifeguard. It was on the news. Not really.
Oh, jeez. There were sharks.
There
It was
were
crazy.
sharks surrounding us, and we heard the Jaws music. Okay, this one, I almost said a wave. Okay, Big Brother loses his footing and falls into the Christmas tree.
Okay.
B, Mom loses her footing, and the brother and the sister fall into the tree. Or C, Mom, did I say sister? Whoever. They both fall into the tree. Mom, the little brother. And then C, mom kisses little brother on the head, then drops him from 2 feet off the ground.
I'm going to go with B on this.
B, are you sure?
They're all going down.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. This is like Mother of the Year.
Kissed,
Mother of the Year.
And...
You catch that?
Oh my
That's so crazy.
gosh.
Like, he kind of jumped a little.
And now
she
he's
couldn't
like
expect,
paralyzed
but
because mom just
she
threw
was
the child
actually
on the
10
ground.
feet up. Like, that is a 20-foot Christmas tree, and they are so
Oh my god. I'm like, Merry Christmas.
I know.
You
Christmas
filthy
is
animal.
ruined.
Shoot.
Merry Christmas, Clark. Okay. This one. A, mom smashes the cake into dad's face. B, son reaches over and smashes the cake into his dad's face. And he's got suspenders, so he must be pleasant.
It looks very pleasant. He's a deprived child.
I know. That, like, I want to frame that picture and put it on my wall. And C, the mom smashes the cake into the dad's face at the same time the table tips over. They all fall.
I'm going to go with A
A?
on this one.
Are you sure?
No.
Do you want a lifeline?
Yeah, can I phone a friend?
It's the most outrageous one.
Really?
Yes.
Well, then I guess
I'm
the
gonna
table
give you
crashes.
A lifeline. It
Then the
sounds
table's
like it
got to
wouldn't.
crash. It doesn't. I mean, it looks pretty stable.
I know. Okay, push play. I had to give you some help.
And there they go. Boom!
We're gonna drink
That was like a full, like, solid wood table.
Okay. You can't hear this cute little boy's voice, but he talks so cute. And he tells everybody exactly what he's going to do. And he has like, this little accent. Okay. So this is actually the grandma. You're trying to...
That's the grandma.
Yeah, that's the grandma. They're trying to prank her with that snake. You see that?
Okay.
How it looks like the snake?
Okay.
Okay, so when the grandma opens the door, does she A, doesn't even notice the snake, just walks right by? B, she runs forward and knocks the cameraman over? Or C, takes a pause, then runs away to the back to the vehicle?
I'm going to say the cameraman eats it.
Okay. I was kind of hoping she'd fall.
Shoot.
But, okay. I don't have questions for these ones just because it's towards the end of the video and
Great.
like their little
Okay.
YouTube stuff pops up, but you can just play it and watch it and
Okay.
we can laugh because it is hilarious.
He's so crazy. Great.
What's going on?
Mama!
They're yelling at her. They're saying, Mama, Mama. Rotten kids. Okay, you can go ahead and stop the video.
That's awesome.
That's funny, huh?
Funny mothers doing funny things.
I know. Did you ever prank your mom other than the spray nozzle?
I did. I remember up in Heber, the local jail, they advertised on the news. There was a prisoner that escaped. And it was all over the news, and everybody was freaking out about it, and they put everybody on alert. And my mom was sitting there at the table listening to this, and she's like, I don't think the cars are locked.
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
think the cars are locked outside. And so she's like, I'm going to run out. I'm going to just make sure all the cars are locked. And so she walks out and goes to lock all the cars, and I snuck out behind her, behind one of the cars.
Oh,
and
how old were you?
I was probably 12 or 13 years
Oh,
old,
man.
and my mom turns the corner, and I came out, and I was like, hey, what are you doing, little lady? And
little
she
lady.
lost it.
Oh,
like,
my
I heard
gosh.
some words come out of my sweet mother's mouth that I had never heard before. I was more in shock when I scared her. I was like,
She scared you.
oh
more.
my gosh, like I have never heard her say those things. And
that's
yeah,
so
so that
funny.
was a good memory. Yeah,
Oh,
she still
that's
hasn't forgiven
hilarious.
me for that
Oh,
one.
I love it. I bet. That's like real scared.
Yeah, that was
That's
like
not like little tiny
like
snake.
I'm gonna die.
She
Yeah,
really
it was,
thought she was dead.
yeah.
And then she would have gone to heck for swearing.
I know.
Dang it.
She would have gone to heck.
Straight to heck.
Yeah.
Not really. That was hilarious. Okay. I'm just going on here. Sorry. I got out of my section. Okay, I wanted to talk with you about how you got started, and I wanted to talk to you about your teacher, Mr. Jensen. Will you tell them briefly what that story is, just kind of what kind of kid you were, and then how it transitioned into who you are today?
Yeah. So when I was younger, I had a hard time focusing. I had a hard time paying attention. I would always tap. I would always move. Really struggled to sit still. And a lot of people got after me and they would yell, especially the teachers, other students in class when I was at school. And eventually I ended up at the principal's office, and the principal questioned me and he said, I don't understand what's the situation. I don't understand why you keep moving and twitching and you just, I need you to hold still. And I said, I can't. It's something that I do subconsciously when I try to focus. And he told me to sit on my hands. He said, when you go back to class, I want you to just sit on your hands. When you feel like you got to tap, just sit on your hands. And so I did that. That worked for about 5 seconds. Because as I was sitting on my hands, then my feet would start tapping. And it happened again and again and again, to the point where I eventually, my parents got called. They said he should be medicated. ADHD was the new thing back then.
Which is really sad, because the way that kids are naturally is moving. And like what's happening in the schools now, because I've worked a lot in the school system, they would pray for the kid just to be tapping.
Yeah.
You know, just
totally.
How the way things have kind of changed and moved. Like, it's just amazing that they were going to that extreme just because. I don't know.
And eventually, I mean, it got so bad to the point where I was either going to get kicked out of school, or I needed to be medicated. And there was one teacher one day. He was an older teacher. His name was Mr. Jensen, and he had these big Coke bottle glasses, had a blue tie, suspenders, white hair. Old teacher, been teaching for a long time.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Mr. Jensen, he was amazing because. He looked at me and saw that there was a solution, not a problem. And I'll never forget, he yelled and he said, as I was tapping, he said, Clint, I need you to stay after class. And I thought to myself, like, oh no, like this is it. Like I am going to get kicked out of school as a 10-year-old. And the class left. It was a completely empty classroom minus me and Mr. Jensen. And he went to the back of the room and he pulled up a chair and he grabbed another little chair and he sat me down. And he looked at me and he said, do you know why I asked you to stay after class? And I said, no. I said, probably because I'm tapping. And he said, I've been watching you. He said, I see what you do. You do something with your right hand when you're tapping, and then at the same time you'll do something different with your left hand. He said, you do different rhythms. And he said, in big adult words, we call that ambidextrous. And as a kid, I was like, amble, what? Like, what is that?
That's a big word.
Like, what? He said, do this. Try this for me. He said, when you feel like you can tap or you have to tap, he said, can you rub your head and tap your belly at the same time? And I tried it. I could do the different movements. I could change. Yeah,
hard.
Look at that.
Yes.
Can you switch it though? Can you switch? Can you then
like this?
No,
or
keep your hands the same. Now start tapping.
Pat.
So then pat.
Pat.
There you go.
Yes.
And you keep it. You got to separate the brain. There you go. Yeah.
I'm amazing, just like you.
There you go. That's awesome. There it is.
But I practiced the first for a really long time.
And he looked at me and he smiled, and he said, Clint, I don't think you're a problem. He said, I just think you're a drummer. And he smiled, leaned back in his desk, and he opened up the top drawer, and he reached inside and he pulled out my very first pair of drumsticks.
That's awesome.
And he put them in my hands, and he promised me, he said, Clint, I want you to just keep them in your hands as much as you possibly can. I want you to promise me that.
Wow.
And that was 21 years ago, and I can honestly say that I have tried my very best to keep my promise to Mr. Jensen. And it was one person who believed in me that changed my life. I've toured and recorded all over the world playing drums. I've been on America's Got Talent. I started the drum line in my high school, started the drum line at Utah Valley University. My whole life has been changed because of one person. I graduated from school with 0 college debt because I had music scholarships and I had a college job playing drums on campus. And and again, it's that ability to see something in somebody that they don't necessarily even see within themselves.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to figure out what's wrong with people. And we see that a lot today in politics and social media and in schools and cyberbullying. And my challenge and what I offer and talk about a lot is the ability of seeing what's right with a person.
I love that.
And every person is one success story away from a caring somebody. And we just need somebody to believe in us. And when you have that, you live your life differently.
Well, and it was such a simple change, too. Such a simple thing for you to do. Now, was he a drummer himself and he had drumsticks? Or he went out
He went
and
out
got
of
them
his way
specifically
and
for
went
you?
to the local music store and bought the drumsticks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
awesome. What a
Yeah.
good teacher.
Totally. And again, like educators and education, there's a lot of teachers that struggle with burnout and the drive to continue doing what they do. And let's be honest, most teachers aren't in the classroom because of the money.
Yeah.
Teachers don't make a lot of money. They do it because they love kids. They love teaching. They've been called to do that. And just like me, just like you, just like anybody, sometimes we need a reminder of why we do what we do and that what we do really does make an impact and change the lives of other people.
Yeah, it's true, which leads into exactly what you're doing today. Because he helped you and he felt called to do so, now it's completely changed your life, and the reason he was called is the reason you're called. And now you're using those drums each time you go out and you talk to the youth today. Tell me about the impact that you have seen in the youth, like personally. Do you have any stories of specific kids that you've noticed changes in?
Yeah, I think that for me as a professional speaker, I think there's one thing that I have to sometimes remind myself, and if anybody ever is thinking about being a speaker or has the hope or the aspiration to do that, it's important to know and remember that you don't change anybody's life. You don't. The people change their own lives. And as a speaker, I have the opportunity to be on a platform and to speak and to share a story, my message, the things that have changed my life. But I hope to do it in a way that influences people to the point where they consciously and through their own agency choose to make that difference in their own lives.
Exactly.
And so I love it when kids come up after I'm done speaking and they say, Clint, I loved what you said. But what's even better, kid, is when they say, this is now what I'm going to go and do with my life because of what you said.
Yep, because they are looking for that one thing that stands out that they can now take and implement into their own lives.
Yep.
And so, like, a lot of people think, you know, we need to have so many different things for them to do, and let's, like, have all these bullet points, and let's have all these systems, and let's have all these programs. But really, what they're looking for is one thing that makes sense to them and that they can see how it could possibly change their life for the better.
Yeah.
That's all they need.
In lieu of Mother's Day, my mom always taught me, she said, Clint, inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. And when you learn to keep it simple, and I think that's a great life principle too,
that.
you know, especially the moms that are watching, and with Mother's Day coming up, there's so many things that you're expected to do and be and provide, and the effort and the time that goes into being a mother.
Yep.
And I think there's power in simplifying and prioritizing.
Yeah.
And that, as a speaker, we try to, at least me, is to give the simple 1 to 2 things that hopefully they can take away and then inspire them enough to where they'll actually prioritize it in their life.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, a lot of times, like, we watched this video here and the heading was like mom fails, you know, and sometimes we focus so much on how we're failing that we forget to look at what that means.
Totally.
You know, like, yes, in that moment, maybe it was a fail, or in that moment, maybe you're not doing what you wish you could be doing or something like that. But also in those moments are the biggest learning opportunities that we could possibly have. Like, if you were a perfect kid and you sat there quietly all day long, he would not have felt inspired to put drumsticks in your hand.
Yeah.
So those fails, whatever people want to call them, it's not, even necessarily a failure, although sometimes we like to laugh when people fall down, like on a funny video. It's so different in life when you see that fail and you just look at what it could do and how it could turn around into something positive.
Yeah, you totally fail your way to success. 100%. I believe that.
Yeah. Yep. That's why we're here today. If you don't fail, then you don't have a good story to tell anyway.
Yeah,
They look for the opposition. Like even in good, happy stories, there always has to be some kind of opposition.
That's what makes a great story great, right? Nobody goes to the movie and watches the Avengers just sit around and talk and hang out and when everything's blissful, right?
Yeah,
the thing that makes it so appealing is the triumph over opposition, and it's the Rocky story. And you just have to remember that you're in that Rocky story, and that as you play to that, and as you strive to continue to push through the hard stuff, and know that that's what makes the story great. Everyone's writing a story.
Yeah.
Everybody's writing a story. And you can write a meaningful narrative, or you can write a boring generality.
Yeah.
And I think when you recognize that those failures are part of the success and the significance of a great story, man, it becomes a meaningful narrative for sure.
I love that. That's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My husband's name is actually Rocky.
Oh, cool.
So
what up, Rocky? Hope you're watching.
I know, he might be. Hi.
Nice.
I think I've talked about Rocky almost on every show.
Oh, really?
Like something has come up. And
that's cool.
Someone has
Props
even
to the
mentioned
husband.
The name.
That's awesome.
I know.
That's
It's
cool.
so funny. And he usually is watching. He's our one view. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's cool.
I'm just
Way to go, Rocky.
Not really.
Way to support the family and your wonderful wife.
He's
That's
a good
awesome.
supporter.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yes. I wanted to go over... Let's see. Someone's calling me. Should I answer?
Yeah, answer it.
No,
Yeah, we're live. Like, what's up?
That was hilarious. Okay.
Question, Caleb.
Do I have a question?
I have a question.
Oh, I couldn't see it. It's in a different spot. You have to read it because the camera is blocking this.
Okay, all right. I don't know if I can read it. What's something about your moms that make you both proud? And what...
I can read that part.
What do you
and
both
what do you
have
both have
in
in common? Do you need glasses, Clint?
I do. I have an eye disease.
Really?
I really do. Yeah.
And you don't wear them, or you can't
No,
wear
I
them?
have hard, rigid, gas permeable lenses, but I can't. My eyesight's not the best.
But you don't wear glasses.
I can't wear glasses because of my eye disease. I can't see.
Even wear glasses.
I won't be able to see legally enough to drive with glasses. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So without them, you can kind of see, and then with them, how can you
without
fly?
without anything? So I am legally able to fly and to drive with hard gas permeable rigid lenses, but with glasses because of my eye disease, I can't see well enough. It's kind of weird, but it's.
So you passed the pilot test, and you were just fine.
Yeah, so I always wanted to be a helicopter pilot.
By the way, he's a pilot.
And I went to flight school. I graduated as a senior and then graduated as a pilot. And I wanted to fly for life flight and fly helicopters.
My uncle did.
Save people's lives. Oh, really? That's
flew for
awesome.
life flight.
I love, like, that stuff just gets me going.
Awesome.
And I had the opportunity. I went on my mission, and when I got home, I had to renew my driver's license. Wonderful experience. I went to the DMV.
We all love it.
And I waited forever. They finally called my number, and I walked in, and the lady looked at me, and she looked over my paperwork, and she said, "Okay, put your head in the little device, the little black box." So I put my head in to read the letters, and long story short, I couldn't read the letters.
Oh my goodness.
And so that's when I found out that I had an eye disease and was diagnosed. And
So you didn't know until you were in your 20s.
correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. And so my whole life changed after that. That's why I don't fly professionally.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I can't really
That
read
is
at all.
I was like, why?
I
It's
know.
not
I'm
that
sorry.
fun.
I'm sorry.
I hope no one thinks I'm making fun of you.
No,
but
no, no. It's no. That's
like,
true.
come
I
on,
can't.
Clint. No.
I have to squint to be able to.
I don't even remember what Joel's question was. How our moms have motivated us? Was that kind of right?
Yeah, and
okay.
maybe there's some similarities there.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. My mom is super motivating. I would say my mom is the most genuine and the most giving person I've ever met.
Really?
Like when we were little, she was always making cookies for someone else.
Cool.
She would always make a lot, but us as kids were like.
And did you make these cookies?
Yes,
today?
I did.
Yeah.
They are her recipe.
So look at
so
how
this is
that
like a
transcends.
really good
Look
transition.
At that. Look at that. She was a Mr. Jensen in your life.
Yep. So, okay, I'm going to bring these cookies out. But we were always really sad. Before you eat it, I have to explain. We were always sad that we couldn't eat them all because they were so good. But she always made a double batch, so we had plenty. But it was like, why do you have to give them away? But like, she's an amazing baker. She makes huge cinnamon rolls that she could sell them for $3 a piece.
You're a good baker too.
I am.
So
this is what I did.
Shows the influence of a good mom.
I know.
I love it. Your kids are lucky.
She's amazing. She will do anything for anyone. These cookies are her recipe. And one day I'm going to have a book that's called Not Your Mama's Cookbook.
Okay, all right.
What I do is, since I'm a nutritional therapist, I don't really eat cookies all the time. I don't buy processed stuff.
Yeah.
So we just swapped out ingredients. So this is her recipe, but I've just swapped out her ingredients for a healthier version of it.
So what'd you do?
So I put wheat flour instead of white, coconut sugar instead of real sugar, coconut oil instead of the real oil,
really good for you.
And the chocolate chips are real.
Nice. I was gonna say, how's she gonna swing the chocolate chip thing?
Sometimes you just need chocolate.
She's like, it's actually gelatin.
Yeah, I know. I usually do tiny chocolate chips, but I did the big ones today. But it's dark chocolate, so there's not as much sugar. And dark chocolate is good for your heart.
Yeah, it's better for you. I like it.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I did. Okay, try it and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
You eat the cookie on the air. We always eat in front of my guests.
Does it have like a cinnamon?
No, that's what they said too. It's the coconut sugar.
Really?
Yeah.
And it tastes like those Teddy Grahams. Did you ever have Teddy Grahams?
Yes, I love Teddy Grahams.
I endorse these cookies.
Thank you.
Yeah, Teddy Grahams.
These are good cookies, huh? And when you eat it, they don't seem like they're healthy.
No, it's
right?
It's like a Teddy
They just taste like a cookie. Because when I had healthy cookies, when I was a kid, they were so gross. Yeah. It was the neighbor.
Like eating dirt.
Yeah, it was not my mom. It was the next door neighbor. She would always make cookies, and sometimes they weren't the best. But we were like, "Thank you."
You're like, "Where's the cookie in the grass that you're feeding me?"
What's the Pulver record for as many cookies in your mouth at one time?
Yeah.
I don't have a big mouth, like physically. I don't have a. I don't have a big
just
mouth.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, but metaphorically, that's a different story. Ask any of my friends. Joel, probably only like 3. I think is all I can do.
Really?
Yeah.
I could put all of these in my mouth, and I'm not gonna do it. But I have a giant mouth.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, I don't think I'd do it. I'd gag.
I won't do it on here. I don't think I could put all of them, but
I think you should give it a go. Right? Anybody not in favor of that?
Stop it.
Oh, give it a go. Put it in.
I would have to like spit it, and then drool would come.
We'll break to a commercial.
It would be great. The viewers are it's gonna spike when you do it.
Should I see how many cookies?
Yeah, you should see how many cookies. Of course.
Okay. Stop it.
And then
right
you
now.
have to do
Where
it like
are the
Cookie
napkins?
Monster. Like Cookie Monster.
Comment down below. How many viewers do we have? Let's see. I don't even know.
Here, I'll eat one more.
You
so that
you have to make a fool of
like
yourself.
You have to...
Comment down below how many cookies do you think I can fit in my mouth. And are we looking like stacked cookies or the whole cookie? I want to say
we want
like
as many
stacked.
as you can like absolutely physically.
Yeah. Or like in all the way.
I think.
Do you know what I mean?
In. It's got to be in. Yeah. And then you have to do it like Cookie Monster.
I'm not gonna look at the. Okay. I'm so scared.
Hold on.
You know that.
Drum roll.
Yes! Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay.
There we go. That's one, folks.
Hold on. I'm gonna fold it.
Okay, we got one. And we're going for 2. Okay. Oh man, we got 2, folks. This is high quality television, people.
It's really nice to meet you. Thank you for
That's
coming
great.
on
It's
the
been
show.
a wonderful show. I know, right? You're gonna get a call from America's Got Talent next week.
Fluff or nutter? What do they say? Fluffy Lenny?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
believe in you.
It's the chickmunk.
Okay.
That's a question because you talk.
Yeah.
What's 3 plus 5?
Ladies and gentlemen, can she do it? Hey! That's unbelievable. How do you feel? Anybody got a joke? Wow.
That's a Mother's Day record.
You saw it here on the Kayla Show, folks.
Stu, those are for you.
You saw it here on the Kayla Show.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for your cookies.
I love it. That was unbelievable.
I have a chocolate chip right there.
Well done. That was amazing.
Do I have anything in my
yeah,
teeth?
it was great. That was unbelievable.
What did Amanda say?
That was
Sorry. I'm very proper.
4.5.
Okay.
nice.
I should have gone for the half. I only put 4.
Oh.
Do it again.
Well, I'm going to eat those later.
Well done.
Put them with milk.
Yeah, ABC
I know,
cookies.
I could go for a little milk right now.
I know, I should.
They are
Okay.
delicious, though.
Well, thank
Kayla.
you. If anybody wants that recipe, if you thought they looked super appetizing that you wish you could shove them all into your face at the same time, then comment down below and I will give you that recipe. Hope that didn't deter you from the awesomeness that was those cookies. And I enjoyed every minute of it.
That was amazing. That was awesome. I love it.
Oh, okay,
That's
here's
so
this.
good.
So if you want to reach out to Clint and connect with him, will you tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram and then also my website. So the Instagram is just Clint Pulver, ClintPulver. And then also just my website is www.clintpulver.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Clint. Thank you
Of
for
course.
being on the show.
Yeah, it was an
and
honor. That was so fun. It was great.
We're glad to have you. Next week, make sure you tune in. We are going to have our special guest, Kevin Barble, come and talk about mindset. Thanks. We'll see you then.